first Saturday of summer, we welcome you to the Temple of Speed for Race 2, Round 3 of the 2025 Italian F4 Championship, presented as it has been since the very beginning by WSK Promotion. Nice to have your company here this afternoon. This is the second of 3 races here this weekend. If you're just joining us, Sebastian Weldon taking his third victory of the season in race 1 this morning. A brilliant drive to lead home Gabriel Gomez and Kin Nakamura Berta, who came storming through from grid 13, and right at the bottom right of your screen, Kin Nakamura Berta, he starts from pole position. This is what he had to say after qualifying.
It was really good. In Q2, we finally had that good positioning we wanted. Monza being heavily dependent on slipstream, just lack of horsepower from our cars and just how long the straights are. So I got that good positioning and I did a clean, good lap. Made a bit of a mistake, but still it was good enough for pole, so really happy. Q1 didn't really go our way, so it was nice to bounce back up. Really hot. I'm jumping in the pool before and after a session that just to drop my core temp. It's really hot here. We're burning, sweating. It's not nice, let's say.
Scorching conditions yesterday, and excuse the pun, he was scorchingly fast as well. Kin Nakamura Berta, who took pole position in Q2 about 24 hours ago. A little bit of cloud cover rolling in here, a prospect of rain, but that likelihood is only very slight, around about 10%. Last time we raced here was last year, and the Australian Marco Pradell took victory in the final race of last year's season. He's speaking with Laura.
Hi, Marco, nice to see you again.
Hi Laura, great to see you too. Great to be back.
So another important step for you this year in the JB3.
Yeah, so it's been a bit of an up and down season so far, but it's been good to make the step up to a more powerful car, a bit more downforce, and I've learnt a lot. It's been a really good step, so yeah, hoping to continue a bit of momentum through the second half of the season.
And for you, great memories here in Monza because you won the last race here in the 2024.
Yeah, I mean, coming back here, all those memories come out again. Obviously, yeah, one of the best days of my life, getting on the top step finally in cars, and yeah, super happy to be back here in this environment, in yeah, this high-level championship. So it's great to have the atmosphere, and yeah, just love being back.
Thank you so much.
Thanks so much.
Welcome back, mate. Marco Pradell, who took a brilliant victory. You may remember he overtook Freddie Slater down into the Ascari chicane in the final laps of last year's season to take his first victory in the championship, racing in the GB3 series. The Australian driver for the Australian Road and Motorsport team. Nice to have you back in the paddock. Best qualifying performance of the season for the Serbian Andrea Kostic, who starts out of grid 3 for the US Racing team.
Yeah, P3 on the grid, your best qualifying of the year. So how confident are you to take your first race win?
Yeah, I mean, the whole team behind me has worked so hard, and finally we're here. So we have worked so hard for this, and we hope to get the best result possible. Of course, I'm going to go for the win, and let's go Team Serbia.
Good luck.
Second season for the Serbian, racing in the Italian F4 Championship. Best qualifying performance of the year. Andrea Kostic starts out at grid 3. Milos Pavlovic, also from Serbia, racing this weekend in the Italian GT3 Championship. Milos, also from Serbia. You may remember, if we go back to the 1990s, I reckon it was 1996 Suzuka, the 100cc Formula A World Cup of karting in Japan. Milos Pavlovic taking the first Serbian victory in that race. We may well have a Serbian victory here this afternoon. There's Prema drivers 1-2 on the grid from Japan, the United States, and then Andrea Kostic out of grid 3. This is the pole sitter. This is the championship leader, Kin Nakamura Berta. A storming drive this morning from grid 13 to come home in position 3. Sebastian Weldon, third victory of the year earlier this morning. You may remember he won the first race of the new season at Misano, the Andretti junior driver. This is Andrea. Last minute instructions there from team owner Anna. Lucas Samalisto, his Finnish teammate, on the outside of the second row of the grid. And it makes her way across once again. I hope somebody's looking after Charlie. That's their dog. He's here in the paddock, a very popular figure. We go to Newman Chi. So a story behind this. He crossed the line this morning in position 4, took the rookie race win, but a 15-second penalty, 5 seconds for track limits, and 10 seconds for effectively taking out Alex Powell. This is Maximilian Popov, grid 6 for the Van Amersfoort racing team. So Newman Chi did lose that rookie race win. Alex Powell came skiving through the field from 18th up into 5th place. But ultimately that contact put him down to 17th. This is the grid. KMB out of grid 1, Sebastian out of 2, the US racing drivers. 3-4 on the grid, Andrea from Serbia and Luca from the very north of Finland, very north of Europe in Finland. Starts out of grid 4 in car 7 for the US racing team. Third row of the grid is the rookie Newman Chi, car 28, and Maximilian Popov has been on the podium already twice in 2025. El Colombiano Salim Hanna Enia Frey out this morning in the opening stages of race 1, the Jensen Motorsport driver. The driver from Switzerland, the team from Switzerland, out of grid 8, Kabir Anarag. The Singaporean was quick this morning. Gabriel Gomez, race victory in Vallelunga, P2 this morning, starting out of grid 10. Olivieri, Bart Harrison, a DNF for the Brit, but a good qualifying performance in Q2 yesterday. The Englishman out of 12, alongside, or ahead of Alexander Bondarev. Apologies for the delay. We'll go back through the grid. Alexander Ruta, Marcus Sartre, the Van Amersfoort racing drivers on the 9th row. Maxim Rem, Phil Strange, who was fastest through the speed trap this morning. Jan Kohler, Teo Schropp, Luca Fistoriano, who just missed the points this morning. Francesco Coppola. We are working to get pictures back live to you from Monza. David Walter, Alex Powell back on 27. Javier Herrera, Emily Cotti, Peyton Westcott, Arthur Lorimer, Dupe, Weiss, Alexander Savinkov, Ludovico Busso, Andrea Rodriguez, Nathaniel Berby, Cornelia Olkutska, Bader Al-Solati, Guy Albag, and Kirill Kutskov on the final row of the grid. Apologies for this. We are working to get live pictures back to you from Monza. Back with you now. Ludovico Busso out of grid 33, alongside Savinkov, Andrea Rodriguez, Nathaniel Berby out of 36. As the cars set off on the formation lap, this is Cornelia Olkutska, Bader Al-Solati, Kirill Kutskov, who did not set a time in qualifying, and Guy Albag out of grid 40 for RHGP in car 44. Setting off on the formation lap. Apologies for that, as we had a slight temporary blackout. Back with you live here at Monza on the formation lap. This is race 2, round 3 of the Italian F4 Championship. I can tell you Alex Powell was slightly slow getting away. He's now back underway. The Mercedes AMG Junior just getting back to that point in race 1 as the field go down through the chicane. He was superb, coming from 18th up into P5 on this corner right here. Contact with Newman Chi, and fell right back to 17th position. That was Salim Hanna going through, car 88. As we get word from race control, you can see it's a warm afternoon. The cloud cover has rolled in, and there are actually just a few drops of rain starting to fall around the circuit, as was actually forecast. So who knew that the Apple weather app was actually somewhat correct? There are a few drops of rain falling around the circuit as we look at Dante Vinci in trouble, the Australian going slowly down through La Curva Grande. Dante Vinci in trouble. The car just coasting on the formation lap. Dante Vinci in trouble before the start. So there are some drops of rain falling around the circuit. It's a warm afternoon, 29 degrees Celsius, scorching sunshine yesterday, not the case here today. For race 2, round 3 here at Monza, Kin Nakamura, the championship leader, on 140 points from Sebastian Weldon. On 121 as Andrea Kostic goes through ahead of Luca Samalusto. Gomez third on 96 points, Salim Hanna on 80 points, Popov and Olivieri on 71 points each. Word from race control, Dante Vinci has stopped on the entry to turn 3 on the formation lap. Dante Vinci potentially out before the start. A disaster for the Australian, who had a strong race this morning. Dante Vinci reduces the field down from 40 to 39 as the English-born Japanese star pulls up on pole position for the second race of the weekend here at the home of the Italian Formula One Grand Prix. Sebastian pulls to his right, to your left as we get word from race control. The start is delayed. Dante Vinci stopped on the circuit and the start has been delayed. Dante Vinci has stopped on the circuit on the entry, or just prior to the entry of the Rocha chicane, with no drive. So our race director, Mr. Dino Lodela, with no choice but to delay the start. Unfortunately, Dante Vinci will not, unless something miraculous slots into place, but has seemingly lost drive as he accelerated on the formation lap out of La Prima Variante. The field stopped down on the circuit. The start is delayed for the moment. This is Badera Al-Solati. Emily Cotti just behind. In fact, has Guy Albag, I'm sorry, just behind Emily. I'll get that right. It's Al-Solati, Guy Albag, Emily Cotti. She's a few rows further on in 42. Guy is in 44. Bader Al-Solati, 2023 Qatari kart racing champion for the Jensen Motorsport team in car 26 on the 19th row of the grid. The start delayed here at Monza. As the teams pour out onto the circuit. And Dante Vinci, what a disappointment for the Sydney sider, who was third in the rookie race, in fact second in the rookie race, stood on the rookie podium this morning, but has seemingly lost drive at the exit of La Curva Grande on the entry to the Rocha chicane. Something obviously catastrophic has failed in the drive line. And the race has been delayed. The start, scheduled for around about 1 minute ago, has been delayed. And almost certainly the race distance will be reduced slightly, currently 30 minutes. So likely to go down to 28 minutes. Kin Nakamura Berta, to the right of your screen, Sebastian, who took his third victory this morning. Just getting back to the points position. Kin Nakamura Berta, 140 points. He's the championship leader. Sebastian Weldon, 3 victories so far in 2025. 121 points. Gomez, who starts back on grid 10, his third in the series on 96 points. Salim Hanna, 80 points. Max Popov, grid 6 for the Van Amersfoort Racing Team driver. He's equal 5th in the series, with the first Italian in the national series, Emanuele Olivieri, for the RHGP team. Both Maximilian and Emanuele tied on 71 points. The start has been delayed. The red lights displayed, they've now been extinguished. We wait for word from our race director, Mr. Dino Lodela, who's in the hot seat for the first time, taking over from the highly esteemed Mr. Alessandro Ferrari, who's been with us for the best part of the past decade. Mr. Ferrari, Alessandro, still here at the circuit, overseeing the Italian GT3 series, and also most recently the World Endurance Championship at Imola the hypercar class where Alessandro was in control. Dante comes back. What a disappointment for the Australian. 66 is out. Let's go down and hear from the Italian Emanuele Olivieri, who's speaking with Laura Colla.
Yeah, it will be difficult to restart after this moment.
Yeah, the start is delayed. I don't know. I think one car got stopped into the race. It's hard this time because you are always feeling ready for starting the race. But I'm ready. I'm ready to fight, and I hope we restart really soon.
And the weather is changing, so maybe the rain.
Yeah. So the weather, I think, if rain will come, it will come pretty hard. So yeah, we'll see what will happen. But yeah, we'll be ready for any opportunity.
Thank you.
40 drivers on the grid, 26 nations represented. As we get news from race control, that the board will go up in 2 minutes from now. Olivieri is one of just 3 Italians, along with Ludovico Bosso and Francesco Coppola from Sicily and Naples, respectively. Olivieri, 5th in the series, equal 5th on 71 points. Let's hear from the Englishman, Bart Harrison, for the Jensen Motorsport team, who's speaking with Laura Colla.
Hi Bart, what can we expect from this race?
Well, I hope to move forward. I want to get into the top 8, I think, in this race. I haven't been helped by a grid penalty that I received earlier, but I think with everything that Monza brings, I can do it.
Perfect.
Certainly one to look out for, Bart Harrison. You can see the empty grid position of Dante Vinci, who's not on the grid. He was to have started behind Bart Harrison. The Englishman starting out of grid 12. A strong run in Q2 yesterday. A DNF this morning, though. Car 77 for the Jensen Motorsport team. Alongside Olivieri, the top Italian in the field. Let's hear from second Jensen Motorsport driver, Artem Severukian.
Are you confident with this race? What can we expect?
I don't know, it's like the last race was quite chaotic, so maybe this one will be quite same, but I hope now, this time, I will stay clean from it.
Thank you.
Artem Severukian coming off 2 fantastic victories in Moscow. The revived SMP F4 Series just a fortnight ago. Former European kart racing champion, race winner, championship race winner, I should say. Quick driver, quite a tall driver is Artem, which didn't help him so much in his WSK International kart racing days. He starts on the 8th row of the grid alongside David Cosman Christopher. The board to go up in a moment. We are expecting the race distance to be reduced from 30 minutes down to most likely 28. A full program here this weekend. Let's hear firstly from the Romanian, David Cosma Christopher.
So are you ready to restart?
Yeah, I think the tires are already in the temperature, so yeah, I'm looking forward for this restart. But yeah, I want to start as quick as possible because it's getting quite hot.
Thank you.
The racing Romanian from Bucharest, DCC, who took a stunning pole position the previous race at Vallelunga. Cosma Christopher. David, at least the sun's not shining. It's come in, the cloud cover has rolled in here at Monza in the north of Italy. Still a warm afternoon. The temperature's still almost 30 degrees, which is around 5 less than it was 24 hours ago when we qualified. There's Sebastian to the left of your screen. Kin Nakamura Berta to the right. Still waiting for word from race control. We thank Laura Colla for her efforts to be down there on the grid. Yes, Just getting back to this weekend, it is a big program here, the TCR World Tour, the third round of what is effectively, even if we can't officially say, the World Championship for the TCR Touring Car Championship. 40 cars on the grid in the Italian GT3 Series. The Italian Prototype Series also in action here, and the Italian TCR Series. Somewhat frustratingly, the World Tour and the Italian TCR Series racing separately. Maybe I'm being nostalgic, but certainly you can look it up on YouTube. The glory days of Group A touring cars at this very circuit back in the day. 50, 60 cars in the touring car series. We've almost got that on the grid here. 40 cars have been reduced down to 39. Dante Vinci will have to watch this from the forest at the inside of the Rocha chicane. The Australian is out. The field is reduced by 1. And the race distance has been reduced also by 2 minutes, as predicted, down to 28 minutes here at Monza. So the field will set off again on the formation lap. Kim Nakamura again will start from pole position. Just some speculation. I may have done Alex Powell a disservice, saying he was slow to get away. 2 + 2, we added up. It may equal 5 here, but obviously a problem for Dante Vinci. It may have been the VAR car which was slow to get away. Alex Powell has made his way back into group position 27 as the 1 minute board is about to be displayed here at Monza. In fact, it is. The Prema Racing team, front row of the grid, the US Racing team, they took victory last time out at Vallelunga in that fabulous final. You cast your mind back to the first corner of race 4 at Vallelunga. Nakamura Berta and Sebastian Weldon actually coming together and eliminating themselves from contention. Gabriel Gomez, to be fair, had already raced through to P1 and then took his first victory of the 2025 series. So the green flag will fly in just a moment. In fact, it does so now, just off to the left of your screen. And KMB from pole position leads the field around for the second time, the second formation lap, just confirming the race distance reduced by 2 minutes down to 28 minutes plus 1 lap. Race 2 of 3 here at Monza this afternoon. We raced 14 laps this morning, 80 kilometres, despite 3 safety car interventions, without which we may well have completed almost a full Grand Prix distance, as we see one of the Prema Racing cars go straight ahead down through the chicane. 80 kilometres exactly raced this morning, despite 3 safety car interventions. Sebastian Weldon taking victory from Gabriel Gomez and Kim Nakamura Berta. That was Francesco Coppola going through. Plenty of support for Sebastian Weldon, the Andretti Junior driver, as many of you watching on from the other side of the Atlantic Ocean this morning to see your boy start out of grid 2. The Andretti Junior, 3rd victory of the year so far this morning. Also took a victory in the United Arab Emirates F4 Series. 2nd in the championship, out of the Lesmo chicane. The second Lesmo curve down through Seraglio under the historic old banking, which thankfully, despite a campaign, was not demolished in the 1990s. It still stands. It is a monument here at the Temple of Speed. You think motor racing, the most famous race circuits in the world: Indianapolis, Silverstone, Le Mans, Nürburgring, Daytona, Bathurst, and certainly the home of the Italian F1 Grand Prix. This is the Temple of Speed. This is Monza. This is a race 2, round 3 of the world's most competitive junior car racing series. Look at that, 39 cars on the grid, sorry Dante, as they go down into the Michele Alboreto Parabolica. This is Kabir Anurag from Sentosa in the south of Singapore. He was quick this morning, car 19. 26 nations represented, just 3 from the home country of Italy, the first of which in the series, Emanuele Olivieri. The drivers from Japan, the United States, Serbia, Finland, China on the front 5 positions on the grid. That's the Ukrainian Alexander Bondarev, who led this morning, ultimately a DNF though. Atom Severukian from Kyrgyzstan lights up the rear Pirellis on the 23 Genza Motorsport car. We cast our minds back to this very circuit, 2016, when the driver from Argentina, Mar del Plata, Marcus Siebert, took victory over the young German Mick Schumacher. That was 9 years ago now for the Genza Motorsport team. Their best hope, Enya Frey, the centre left of your screen. The Swiss driver starts on grid 8. Nakamura Berta on pole position. Andrea Dupé pulls into position. A broken wishbone this morning. The French driver for PHM on the 16th row of the grid. The historic Old Banking to the back right of your screen, still in position here. A monument to the history at the Temple of Speed, the home of the Italian Formula One Grand Prix. Welcome to l'Autodromo Nazionale di Monza. Nakamura Berta from the land of the rising sun on pole position to the right of your screen. Sebastian from Florida in the United States of America. Grid 2 to the left. The green flag flies at the back of the grid, the 5 red lights. Here at Monza, we race. Great start from Kostic. Tries to split the two Prema Racing team drivers, but gets boxed in. Nakamura Berta with the early race lead around the outside. Kostic from Serbia. Kostic from grid 3 slots into second place. Superstar from the Serbian. We cannot say the same for one of his teammates in the background. Has come together in dramatic fashion with one of the Maffei racing cars. We'll pick up who that was in the background. We continue racing green for the moment. Nakamura Berta with the race lead from Kostic, who storms up into second place. Jan Koller is out. The Czech parked at the side of the circuit. Just a local yellow only for the moment as the field go down through the Rocha chicane. Nakamura Berta, P1. Under attack from Kostic, Weldon, Samuelisto, Newman-Chi, Hannah, Anurag up into 7th place is the Singaporean. There's the Alpine F1 Academy junior driver. Right behind him, you know that's the boy from Brazil who's already making up places. Gabriel Gomez, he won the final at Vallelunga. He's come from grid 10. He's in 8th. He's trying to go through to 7th place in the early stages of race 2. Round 3, the Italian F4 Championship. Watch Gomez in the background as they go down into the Ascari chicane for the first time. Nakamura Berta already with a nice lead. Still just a local yellow for the moment. Jan Koller is out. Sebastian ranges up behind us. King Nakamura Berta locks up into the Parabolica. Kostic in second. Weldon, Samuelisto and Newman-Chi. As they come across the line for the first time, it's the drivers from Japan, Serbia and the United States of America. 1, 2 and 3. Kostic is giving the slipstream to Weldon, who does likewise to Samuelisto. In the background, Newman-Chi, Salim Hanna, the Prema Racing teammates, lock up in spectacular fashion. From Kostic, don't tell me he'll pull this off. He went through to take the lead, did superbly well to hold on to it. Back to second. He was in P1 ever so briefly. Kostic, brilliant skill to hold on to that and not run into the back of King Nakamura Berta, who watched the Serbian sail on by from second place, relinquished the lead for a split second. Kostic back to second. Kostic back to third. Sebastian around the outside, straight lines the chicane. Goes through to P1 controversially. King Nakamura Berta takes him back correctly into the Lesmo 1. Samuelisto, who's gone through and taken Kostic. This just a few moments ago. From the start, Jan Koller, right rear, has been written off. Looked to be one of the Genza Motorsport drivers, Cornelia Olkutska, also involved in that, and she may have got away with this. Right in the center of your screen, and then all hell breaks loose. Cornelia, unscathed seemingly, she's still circulating down in 38th position. We stay green. This is good officiating from race director Mr. Dino Lodala. The car's off the racing line to the side of the circuit, no safety car. King Nakamura Berta, Sebastian Weldon, then the Us Racing duo as they fan out in the background into the Parabolica. And going around two of the Prema Racing drivers into the gravel together with one of the VAR cars. Almost certainly that was Maximilian Popov. He'll rejoin, we'll pick up who it was. It was Salim Hanna and Newman Chi. And Maximilian Popov. He loses the front wing, drives through the gravel, and now it's kicking off as Sebastian tries the outside again down into turn one. Tucks back in. Good racing from the Prema Racing teammates. And it's Samalisto, Kostic and Gomez. It was actually Bondarev involved in that. And Salim Hanna as well. Newman Chi also caught up, but did manage to keep on going. What a disaster for Bondarev, also caught up in that. His teammates go 1-2. King Nakamura Berta on the inside. Sebastian Weldon retakes P1. Here comes Luca Samalisto, and Kostic senses his opportunity for his first podium of the 2025 season. And the safety car comes out onto the circuit to extinguish that battle right in time. Maximilian Popov into the pits for a new front wing, and the Prema duo of Bondarev and Salim Hanna there into the gravel and out. Just a few moments ago into the Parabolica, Bondarev, who was carving on through the field. Popov, front right to left rear on the back of Salim Hanna, and it was in fact Bondarev who was the innocent victim, running into the back of his Colombian teammate and then into the side. Max Popov through the gravel, goes rallycross, does the VHR driver, and into pit lane for a new front wing. Andrea Dupe, straight down through the Rocha chicane. Sebastian has got the race lead as the safety car calms things down. Possibly not a bad thing for the moment. Weldon from Nakamura Berta, Samalisto, Kostic, P4. Gomez, Gabriel is up into P5. So the Us Racing drivers, 3rd, 4th and 5th, and 6th with Kabir Anurag. 77 in P7, that's Bart Harrison, Olivieri Severukin, and Newman Chi still circulating in P10. Marcus Sartor, 11. As you look at the Prema Racing drivers in the background, and look in the center of your screen right there, that is car 41. It's the Mercedes AMG Junior. I'm about to explain to you why we know him as the Jamaican sensation. Alex Powell starts at grid 27. He's in P12. What a start for the Jamaican. Has come carving through the field like a hot knife through butter. Has passed 15 cars in just the opening 2 laps. Alex Powell in position 12 from 27. Marcus Sartor, also a good start for the Norwegian. He's in 11th, a position ahead, the 3rd rookie as well. Powell from Cosmo Christopher, car 13 in P13. Vistoriano, so the Romanians, 13th and 14th. There's Luca going on through the Real Racing team. Maxim Rem, just behind Frey Coppola. Francesco, 17ª posizione per il Napolitano, P17 for the Techno race driver from Naples. And Javier Herrera, the now Milan-based Mexican from Monterrey, on debut in the Italian series in position 18. Bondarev and Salim Hanna both out as the field fought for position down into the Parabolica. So this is a lap 4. Weldon, Nakamura Berta, Samalisto, Kostic, Gomez, Anurag. The Prema drivers, the Prema duo, 1-2. And then the Us Racing drivers, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. And Bart Harrison in 7th place. There's Powell going through, head of Cosmo Christopher, Vistoriano, the 2 Romanians. Rem, Frey, Coppola, Javier Herrera, Teo Schropp, Ruta, Andrea Dupe. A DNF this morning for Andrea Dupe. The damaged front wishbone, rear wishbone it was. He's ahead of Philip Strange. Incidentally, Phil Strange, the sole entry for the AS Motorsport team of Andre Slack. Fastest through the speed trap in race 1 this morning at 249.4 kilometres an hour. Strange for the AS Motorsport team. Currently in P22 from Savinkov, Emily Cotti, Peyton Westcott and Kirill Kutskov. A replay again just a few moments ago. Salim Hanna was in fact slow for whatever reason going into the Parabolica, and the field just drove into the back of the Colombian. Popov going slightly airborne. Still no word from race control. We expect there to be at least one more lap under safety car conditions as that wreck. The two Prema drivers, their cars at least 88 of Salim Hanna, who came into this weekend on a high after he led home his Hungarian temporary teammate, Martin Molnar, for Virtuosi 1-2 in Thruxton in the British Series 2 weeks ago, 13 days ago. Deflated. Here is Salim Hanna, 2022 WSK Open Cup champion with Ricky Flynn Motorsport at South Garter Karting, taking that brilliant victory in OK Junior 2 seasons ago, but he's out here this afternoon. This is Anurag in 19 from Bart Harrison, 77 in 7. Powell goes through. Then the two Romanians, Maxim Rem. A great start from the German, who's made up positions ahead of Frey Coppola, Herrera. Kirill Kutskov, one of two former World Kart Racing champions going through. That was Badera Al-Solati. He himself, 248 kilometres an hour. Right here on this part of the circuit in free practice 2 yesterday, still nobody eclipsing the top speed recorded by Aurelia Nobels. Not here, but at Imola in 2023. That's round 5 of the championship. From here we go to Mugello on July 13, the home of, the temporary home of the Tuscan Formula One Grand Prix. For the next round of the series, Imola at the home of the Emilia-Romagna Formula One Grand Prix. Off the calendar in the FIA Formula One World Championship in 2026, or is it? Yes, it has been officially published. Just to note, there are a couple of circuits who have been published or announced as hosting a round of the Formula One World Championship next year, subject to their circuits being, well, let's just say homologated in time. Emilia off the calendar for the FIA Formula One World Championship for the moment. They're still on the calendar for next year's World Endurance Championship. There's Luca going through. Imola is round 5 of the series on the first weekend of August. Barcelona in Spain on September 21. And back to where the series started on Italy's Adriatic coast, Misano, on the 12th of October. The safety car in at the end of this lap, and of course also the Euro 4 series, which gets underway in the south of France at the Paul Ricard circuit. As we prepare for the restart after the safety car, the lights go off in just a moment. Prepare to race green for the second half of race 2, round 3, the Italian F4 Championship here at Monza. The lights go off right there as they go through the Ascari curve. Curves, plural. You may note the ripple strips in time for last year's Formula One Grand Prix have been effectively flattened. Much faster line through there, much more debris and gravel being pushed back onto the circuit between each session, which may have contributed to Alexander Bondarev's DNF this morning. The green flag is waving right now on the start-finish line. Sebastian Weldon knows how to restart, does the American. Younger brother Oliver here at the circuit, also racing in the US Formula Junior Series, which does include a couple of oval races where Sebastian raced successfully in 2024. He's P1 right behind Nakamura Berta. And then 4 cars from the US Racing team. Samalisto, Kostic, Gomez and Kabir Anurag. We race green, Sebastian leads. Immediately tries to break the toe of his Japanese teammate Kin Nakamura Berta as they snake down the start-finish straight. And the green flag flies once again here at Monza. Nakamura Berta tries the inside, but Sebastian, who locks up, he goes straight ahead. Does well to turn the corner, P1, but he'll be vulnerable on the exit. Weldon under attack from Nakamura Berta. As we see Peyton Westcott, the Californian in the background, her countryman, drives up the inside. Sebastian Weldon defending from Nakamura Berta on the outside. Peyton Westcott down into turn one. The Californian has been turned around. Here comes Samalisto, Luca on the charge. The first of four drivers from Us Racing. Right behind him, you know that's Gabriel Gomez, who's come flying up into this battle from grid 10. The Vallelunga final race winner, the boy from Sao Paulo. Car 78 behind 7 is Capilla. Off into the gravel at the exit of Lesmo 1. Does well to bring it back on track. Ahead of Luca Vistoriano. Alex Powell just ahead. Powell is in the points. Alex from grid 27. He's in P10. Down into the Ascari chicane. There's Bart Harrison going on through. Still in P7 for the moment. He'll get the slipstream. Kin Nakamura Berta tries to break it from Sebastian, who's coming under attack from the Finn, Luca Samalisto. Will he launch down the inside or wait until they come onto the start-finish straight? He'll have no choice because Weldon defends. Gomez in the background. Luca locks up. Watch the South American. Behind this duo, he'll get the slipstream from both Weldon and Samalisto. Luca races into second place. Gomez in 78 in P4 gets the toe. The South American behind the North American goes to the inside. There, 3 wide down into turn 1. What a race here this afternoon. Nakamura Berta with the race lead. Luca in second place. Gomez goes on through from 10th. He's up onto the podium. Severukin straight lines the chicane. Nakamura Berta leads. And the Prema duo, they're now 1-4 after leading at the restart. Nakamura Berta just 0.4 of a second. Clear of Gomez in second place. Samalisto gives his teammate space into the Rocha chicane. Look at the gravel at the exit of the Rocha chicane being dragged onto the circuit. Sebastian's still there. Then Kostic, brilliant from the Serbian in P5. Olivieri up into 6th place in 68 for the RHGP team, who by their own admission quietly, maybe I shouldn't say this, simply did not have the setup yesterday in qualifying, but boy, they've found it in the race here today. Olivieri in P6, Powell in P10. Here's Emanuele going on through, head of Harrison. Severukin, Powell. He's taken Newman Cheat for P9. Arnodak falls back to 11 from Sata, Vistoriano. Rem, Frey, Cosman, Christopher, Francesco Coppola, Bravo di nuovo. En route Alexander, head of Teo Schropp in 18th place. So the gap 0.8 of a second to Gomez, Samalisto, Sebastian, the race winner this morning, P4. Still the final third of race 2 under hazy skies. Still a warm afternoon here at the Temple of Speed. This is Monza across the line. Certainly the RHGP team, they've found the setup, they've found the speed of 53.5 for Olivieri. He's in P6, possibly P5 as he ranges up behind the Serbian. Andrea Kostic, he fights the wheel. Harrison goes through. Severukin, Powell, G. Anodak Sata, that was going through in 67 from Frey, Ram, and Luca Vistoriano for the Real Racing team. Olivieri on the charge, he's the fastest on the circuit. An average speed 183 kilometres an hour. For our viewers watching on live in the United Kingdom, the United States, that's 114 miles an hour average speed and just under 250 through the speed trap here at one of the fastest racing circuits in the world. Kostic defending from the fastest driver on circuit for the RSGP team. Here comes the top Italian, Olivieri in 68. Start to 2025 with victory in the UAE F4 Series as Severukin riskily puts the left rear into the gravel. And Powell says, thanks, mate. Alex Powell takes him. Nicely done. Powell from 27 now into 8. Just Bart Harrison separating the two RACE GP teammates. Nakamura Berta, the gap down to 0.6 of a second. Gomez will get the slipstream as they come across the line next time. He'll get the benefit. Us racing second and third. This is Luca Samalisto. He won't surely throw away another podium, as he did by his own admission at Vallelunga. Just understeering into the grass, into the slowest corner in the series. At the moment, Luca in P3. He gets the slipstream from his teammate Gomez. He tries to break it, but Sebastian Weldon ranges up down the outside. He gets the toe. That was a brilliant pass once again, exactly as he did this morning. Weldon, as they defend the inside, Sebastian says no problem, and he takes the outside. Powell goes fastest. Off the road ever so slightly. Not this time though. Jensen Motorsport driver. Just did not quite pick up who that was. We'll get back to this battle. I know frustratingly many of you did see that back home. Teo Schropp it was, off into the gravel, but does rejoin way down the field. So Nakamura Berta, 0.6 of a second clear of Gomez. Weldon, Kostic, Samalisto, Olivieri, Harrison, and Alex Powell, who's just gone fastest with a 53.1. A storming drive from the Mercedes AMG Junior. Vice champion of the world in KZ2 at Wackersdorf 2023. Rookie of the year. He won the Rookie Series in the 2024 championship. Vice champion of the UAE to start 2025. It's been a tough start since, but boy, he's got speed here this afternoon. Alex Powell, 41 in 8th place. He's passed 19 cars in the first 2/3 of this race 2, round 3, the Italian F4 Championship here at Monza. That's his teammate going through. Olivieri, Samalisto, then Alex from Artem and Numanchi. The gap stays at 0.6 of a second. Gomez trying to take his second victory of 2025. Down into turn 1. The gap down to 0.3 of a second as they close in under brakes. Weldon now with a 53 dead. Sebastian third, fastest on circuit. This is Artem Severukian, top rookie, coming off 2 victories at Igora Drive in Moscow 2 weeks ago. He's in 6th place, but Alex Powell is storming up through the field. There's Kostic, P4, car 4, head of Samalisto. It was Luca who ran wide. He's back to P5. Olivieri. In 6th position, the RACE GP duo of Olivieri and Powell. Apart from Sebastian Weldon, who just put in a 53.001, the RACE GP cars are quickest on the circuit. Nakamura Berta down into the Ascari chicane. From Gomez, Weldon, Kostic, Samalisto, Indimanuele Olivieri. They straight line straight over what were once ripple strips, now effectively flat painted concrete. Nakamura Berta, vulnerable here into the Alboreto Parabolica. In the background, Samalisto looking at the back of Kostic, who's just a step off his maiden podium in the Italian F4 Championship. Needs to do something quickly because Olivieri is flying. There's Anurag behind Numanchi. Nakamura Berta under attack as they race across the line now. Weldon up the inside of Gomez. The North American tries to take the South American. He's tried the outside earlier on. Goes deep under brace. Gabriel holds him off. Brilliant defense from the Brazilian. Teo Schropp's front wing abandoned in the gravel as the leading trio race on by. Sebastian on the inside. Sebastian tries the outside. Gomez defends into La Curva Grande. Kim Nakamura Berta staring at the mirror, watching this battle rage on, hoping that they fight and he can race away and extend his lead in the championship. Into the Rocher chicane is Bart Harrison, brilliant, from the Englishman, under attack from his Gensa Motorsport teammate Artem Severukin. Powell frustrated, watching on. He's got the speed. Right behind is Newman Chi and Javier Arnoldag, who's now the first driver, as you just saw, into the 152s. Almost qualifying pace now as we move into the dying stages of the second of 3 races here this weekend. Nakamura Berta. That gap evaporates. Gomez closes up into the Ascari chicane. This is Olivieri on the back of Kostic. Luca has launched back through to P4. Alex trying to get the slipstream from Artem, just reminding you once again, we'll do it before the end of the race as well. Powell has come from 27th to 9th. Weldon will get the slipstream from Gomez. Nakamura Berta just praying the checkered flag will come out sooner rather than later. Certainly at least 2 more laps to race here this afternoon. The race has been reduced, remember, down to 28 minutes. Thankfully for Nakamura Berta. And he's still got at least 2, most likely 3, possibly even 4 laps to race here this afternoon. Weldon gets the slipstream. Gabriel Gomez feints to the inside. Perfect line from Nakamura Berta. This is Samalisto. Car 7 for the Finn. Has just broken clear slightly of his Serbian teammate, Kostic, who is being attacked from by Olivieri, the top Italian in the National Series, down into the Rocher chicane. And then behind him, Harrison, Severukin, Powell, Chi and Arnoldag. Gomez is still there. He's got a quick car. The Prema duo, 1-3, split by the South American. Here's Kostic defending from Olivieri. Into Lesmo 1. Emanuele is right there, tucked in under the rear wing of Andrea Kostic. His best qualifying performance of the year. Back to P5 in car 4. He was 4th place. You can see the dust has been thrown up by multiple drivers. Gravel littered across the circuit as they go down through Saraglio under the historic old banking here at Monza. Into the Ascari curves. Arnoldag behind Newman Chi, who's holding down the final position inside the top 10. Kabir still the fastest on circuit, 152.6, an average speed of 115 miles an hour for the rest of us, an average of 185 around this 5.7 kilometre home of the Italian F1 Grand Prix. Still 90 seconds plus 1 lap, so we expect there to be 2 laps to race. Nakamura Berta, P1 for the championship leader. Gomez still wants his 2nd victory of the year. Sebastian wants his 4th. He may well get it. He gets the slipstream from both Gabriel and Nakamura Berta as they race down into turn 1. Gabriel Gomez on the outside runs out of road though. Sebastian Weldon, you can see, gets the toe. He goes 242 k's an hour through the speed trap. Yellow flag in the background. We've lost someone into turn 1. Oh, it's Olivieri and Severukin. They're parked dead center in the middle of the circuit. Olivieri and Severukin, they were 6th and 7th, and they're both out. We continue racing on green. For the moment, the track is still green. Gomez, this may well be his last opportunity, and you know why. In the background, Luca is catching all 3 of them. 30 seconds plus 1 lap to race. Nakamura Berta under attack. Gabriel Gomez trying to take his 2nd victory of 2025. Sebastian in his 4th. Luca his 1st. Severukin shakes the head. Lifts the visor on the Speedway Arai helmet. Helpless in the center of the circuit. If Gabriel Gomez does not do something now, it will be game over. It is still green just for the moment. Nakamura Berta needs to defend last lap board next time round. It may well just be a local yellow. Let's hope so. Nakamura Berta is no bring out the SC. He's praying. Look at Luca in the background into the Parabolica for the penultimate time. We've just passed the 28-minute race distance. Here we go. Last lap, race 2 here at Monza. Down the start-finish straight, the yellow flag flying down into turn 1. The last lap board displayed they cannot pass. Nakamura Berta is safe for the moment. Gabriel Gomez, frustrated, will be screaming inside the helmet. Closes right up under brakes, slows right down. Does Kane Nakamura Berta. He's got every right to do so. In fact, he does the right thing. Still abandoned in the middle of the circuit. That is brilliant officiating by the race director, Mr. Dino Lodala. We continue racing green. We sprint to the checkered flag. This is the final lap of a pulsating second race. Nakamura Berta defending for his life. The championship leader, Gabriel Gomez, finds the inside, tries the outside into the Rocha chicane. Almost does it. Stay on track, mate. Oh, he does so. Nicely done. But now he's under attack from Sebastian. Look at Luca in the background. Nakamura Berta, is that the gap the Japanese star needed? They come out of the Lesmo turn 1 into Lesmo curve 2, down through Seraglio into Ascari for the final time. Nakamura Berta goes to his right. Lucas Samalisto is not out of this. Under the old banking, down through Seraglio into Ascari. Final opportunity coming up into the Parabolica. Kin Nakamura Berta will surely win race 2 here at Monza this afternoon. Tries to break the toe, goes to his right. As they go down into the Parabolica to his left for the moment. Stares at his left side mirror. Does not need to go to the right. Gabriel does because Sebastian is attacking. But the checkered flag will wave. All the way from the land of the rising sun, the championship leader, Kin Nakamura Berta, takes the checkered flag and a pulsating victory in race 2 here at Monza. Nakamura Berta wins. Gomez second and Weldon third. Brilliant try from Samalisto. P4. This is Kostic. His best result thus far in the Italian F4 Series. Car 4 in position 5. And what about the Jamaican sensation? Yes, he deserved that. Alex Powell, the Mercedes AMG Junior, grid 27 to 6th place. Nakamura Berta, do you think he'll be relieved? As Max with a 52.4 does recover for the fastest lap of the race. In fact, in 15th place despite a pit stop. We were concentrating on the battle for the victory, but Max Popoff put in some serious speed. He comes home, would you believe, in 15th place. Brilliant drive from Max Popoff. Finishing behind Kirill Kutskov. One of 2 former World Kart racing champions in the field. This is the other. And he's just taken victory again. Kin Nakamura Berta wins race 2. His 6th victory of 2025 extends his lead in the championship. Gomez second. It will be tight for second going into tomorrow morning's final race 3. And the few drops of rain which did fall at the start of the race did not materialise into anything more than that. Nakamura Berta takes the victory. In the end, I won't use the word, in fact I will use the word comfortably. 0.7 of a second, helped by the fact that Gomez and Weldon were fighting. They come home second and third on the podium. And Luca Samalisto in P4. Kin Nakamura Berta just missed the rookie title last year. He is the outright championship leader. Car 51 drives back to pit lane. Laura Cola will be down there to greet the Prema Racing team driver who will step out of car 51. And stand on the top step of the podium. Look at the grey sky in the background. On a clear day, you can see north to the mountains, almost up towards Switzerland. Not here this afternoon. It is a grey but very humid, warm afternoon. And the English-born Japanese driver takes his 6th victory of 2025. Kin Nakamura Berta wins race 2 here at Monza. The boy from Brazil, Gabriel Gomez second, and Sebastian Weldon, a race victory this morning. And P3 for the American here this afternoon. There's Gabriel to the left, Sebastian to the right. KNB steps out of car 51 in position 1, extends his lead in the championship at the circuit where he was denied the rookie title last year. Boy, does he like celebrating this one. Certainly deserves it. The relief from the Prema team. Nicky Cadet, team manager for Prema Racing team in the F4 Series. He was sweating, as he told us in our pre-race interview, after taking pole position in scorching sunshine 24 hours ago yesterday. Relief and a deserved 6th victory for the Japanese Prema Racing team driver. Kin Nakamura, who's down in pit lane, speaking with Laura Cola.
Well, now you can breathe. Very tough race with a very heavy pressing on your shoulder.
Yeah, I mean, leading in Monza is always really tough. Got overtaken at the start, but I knew there was still a long way to go. The worry was just a bit of rain, but I like a bit of rain, so I sort of wanted it to rain, you know, because it gets rid of that factor of slipstream, but in the end it was really good. Car was mega. Starting in the front always helps. Compared to race 1, starting mid-pack, it's so tough. But yeah, that double wave yellows on the last lap saved me quite a lot. It was going to be tough, but in Monza you need some luck to win. So yeah, really happy. You know, going into this race, I was just looking for a top 3. It's good enough, you know, around here it's always a gamble, so I pushed the limits of that car for 20 odd minutes, so really happy.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Perhaps some modesty there from Kin Nakamura, saying he had some luck. He certainly deserved it as we look at the highlights of race 2 here at Monza this afternoon. Nakamura from pole position, and Andrea Kostic split the Prema Racing duo, the Serbian. A brilliant start from grid 3, racing down the outside to go by Weldon into 2nd place. Lock up from KNB, but stay P1. Jan Koller was out at the very first corner. Cornelia Molkutska, she was able to continue on, coming home in P29. Then this Hannah, for whatever reason, was slow into the Parabolica. Pop off into the back, into the gravel, lost the front wing. Bondarev, his 2nd DNF of the day. Maximilian Popov drove down into pit lane. Peyton Westcott was turned around. She did brilliantly well. The Californian recovered to finish in 26th place in this 40-car field. Out front, Weldon Nakamura went wheel to wheel. The yellow flag, just getting back to Alex Popov. He pulled into pit lane. He was in the gravel. A new front wing stormed back to 15th and took the fastest lap of the race. Out in the final corner, that brought out the double wave yellow, and Kina Nakamura raced away to his 6th victory of 2025. Gabriel Gomez 2nd, and Sebastian victory in race 1 this morning. Weldon in 3rd this afternoon. Newman Chi taking the rookie victory from Marcus Sata. Newman was 7th outright, Marcus 8th outright, and Alexander Ruta 12th outright and 3rd on the rookie podium. This is the outright podium. You can see the wind really picking up here. A potential thunderstorm is on the way here as Sebastian makes his way out across the gantry onto the podium, the Andretti Junior driver. O menino do Brasil, Gabriel Gomez, as the thunder explodes over the Italian circuit 2nd. Kin Nakamura on the top step for the 6th time this afternoon. Once again, great pleasure to have Mr. Giancarlo Minardi presenting the trophies here to 3rd place, Sebastian, 2nd, Gabriel Gomez, and Kin Nakamura in P1.
Wait for the national anthem.
Thanks for your coverage. Thanks for your company here this afternoon. We'll see you back for race 3 tomorrow morning, live from Monza.